Now, Rishi Sunak is not only the United Kingdom's first Prime Minister of Indian heritage, but he's also the first Prime Minister of the Hindu faith. Back in 2015, when Sunak was first elected as an MP up in Richmond in Yorkshire, he swore his oath of allegiance on the, I hope I pronounce it correctly, on the Bhagavad Gita in place of the Bible, one of Hinduism's most sacred texts. Now, despite being widely acknowledged as a religion of peace, as enforced through Mahatma Gandhi's non-violent philosophy, there's ongoing debate as to the actual passiveness of the Hindu religion, with references to war in texts. So pacifist or not, and if so, how will Prime Minister Sunak's Hinduism impact on his leadership? Well, joining me now is Nayaz Qazi, Director of the Conservative Friends of India. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Andrew. Thank you for inviting me.
Whatever we think about it, it's got to be a great symbol of how far we've advanced in terms of race relations and inclusivity. The first Hindu Prime Minister in the UK.
Absolutely, it's a moment, and it's to be cherished and to be celebrated. And it's a beacon. It shows what modern Britain is all about, and how we celebrate diversity. And Britain it's a land of opportunity based on meritocracy.
Now, we often see the Prime Minister wearing a red wristband. That denotes his Hinduism.
Indeed, it's a religious artifact which is worn, and it defines his belief. Rishi is a member of the Hindu faith, and he believes in it, practicing Hindu, and it's very important to him. And Hinduism is a way of life. It is said by many as the world's oldest religion, and it's the third largest religion in the world. And it is a way of life. It is it's based upon its tenets are to hard work, working with society and to serve society. And dharma is the word which is used, and that is defined as ethical duty. And that's the substance of the faith. It is of service to mankind.
And he's a practicing Hindu. He goes to temple and he's proud to talk about it. What difference do you think it will make to people living in this country, Hindus, in your view, Nayaz, having a Hindu in Downing Street for the first time?
Everybody's very proud, and it was all more so, and it couldn't have been scripted when he was nominated on Diwali. You know, it was something to be celebrated, and all ethnic minorities, I think, are celebrating. The Hindu community are celebrating even more, and it's a moment to be cherished and proud of, because it was, when the families had come over to Britain, the Commonwealth families in the 50s and the 60s, this was something which couldn't have been imagined. And so to see this happen, it's more than a dream come true.
Some people would say, because perhaps they've not read detail about Hinduism, well, that must mean he's a pacifist because he's a Hindu. But that would be not to interpret your faith correctly.
No, the Hindu faith is based on, there is pacifism there, but then at the same time, as you mentioned, that in the scriptures, and in the Holy Scriptures, if, for example, there's a just cause and it requires, the cause requires more than pacifism, which was as put forward by Mahatma Gandhi, then that would, it is something which should be heeded to.
Now, you must have met Rishi Sunak. I'm sure you have. What's he like?
What you see is what you get. He's a great fellow, great ambassador. He's supported the work of Conservative Friends of India, as well as the other community groups which are there in the Conservative Party. And he always puts himself forward to serve the work we're doing. He's attended in the past many organizations to help promote members from ethnic minorities to get involved in politics, to consider standing as councillors. And he's provided training and his experiences as to what should be done. So he's always there to serve. And as I said, what you see is what you get. We are very proud of him, and he's demonstrated his skill and ability as well over COVID. What he has done in saving jobs for Britain as well as businesses.
Are you hoping that having a British Asian in Downing Street for the first time, Nayaz, that it will encourage more people from your community to go into public life, to go into politics, because we surely want to see a House of Commons that looks more like the country that the politicians are meant to be representing?
Absolutely, this is a pinnacle moment, and it's one which to take inspiration from, one which we can celebrate what modern Britain is about. But definitely, as you say, if you look at the makeup of the House of Commons today and even say 25, 30 years ago, it is very different. And high offices of state have been held by a number of members over the decade, from Priti Patel as Home Secretary and moving forward from there, holding high office. And this demonstrates that opportunities are there for those who strive. And the Conservative Party and the work we do at Conservative Friends of India is about developing that greater link.
If I can ask you just finally, are you tempted to throw your hat in the ring yourself, Nayaz, and run for Parliament?
I wouldn't say no to that.
So you're thinking you might?
Yes, indeed.
All
But
right,
what we've been doing as Conservative Friends of India, we've been working with the community, around the community, to get everybody involved. But likewise, thank you for the suggestion.
All right, that's Nayaz Qazi. He's director of the Conservative Friends of India.